welcome to this wonderful day and our masterclass. How are you? How is your day going so far? I know it's Martin Luther King Day in America. Hello to all of you over the water. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day with loved ones, friends and family. We have got some real treats for you today to keep you happy, to keep you entertained and to keep the bank manager happy. Why? Because I've got some bargains. I have got deals on some sub boxes that I have never seen before. These are always £25, right? Around that. Not today. I'm going to give you a massive discount. If we've not met before, hiya, my name's Becky. It's really nice to be with you. Don't forget you can get social with us. In fact, we love it when you do. I want to know what you're doing with your day. I want to know what you're going to be scranning on, eating throughout the day. And I want to know if you are crafting. Let us know. We've got a gorgeous Colleen looking after our socials today. Hello to you. What a strange voice. Hello to you. A bit creepy. Didn't mean to be. We have got loads of ways you can get social. Head on over to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you fancy. Send in some messages and get chatting because we do love to hear from you. And speaking of loving, hearing from people, I've got my craft expert in today who has got some serious treats and makes to show you as part of this masterclass. It's the lovely Debbie Robinson!
Yay! Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I love anything with shape, construction. I love dyes, I love stamping, colouring. We've got it all in this show, absolutely jam-packed full. And again, that masterclass, we're going to take you back through some basics. We're going to take you maybe a little journey on how to use some of these things. What you can be assured of is 2 hours full of crafty inspiration, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we've got on the show, if I may.
Please
take this opportunity, because we have got some cracking things on the show. So first things first, I'm going to start with the lovely, beautiful gatefold fold-back cards, or fold-back gatefold cards, however fast you say it. We're going to show you how easy it is to create this beautiful concept with ease, and other things that you might be able to do with it as well. We've got, you might have seen a little sneaky peek, in fact, was this the sneaky peek of the, the elephant? The annihilated elephant.
Nelly
if
the
you
elephant
saw the wake-up call,
squashed its trunk.
Yeah, well, I promise you there's going to be no squishing of any cats or any animals in this show today. But we're going to show you how you can use the trifolds, but in a slightly different way to what you saw this morning. So I'm going to show you how you can create your beautiful trifolds. Some of my favourites now. Excuse me, Becky. Because I thought I was with Ben.
Yeah.
Why I made us this card, you see, because this lovely little cute character reminds me of myself and my lovely Ben sat on a swing there. So I thought I was with Ben to say that I'm forever yours, but Becky, you can still have my heart.
Thank you very much.
Yours. But I'm going to show you.
I do love a consolation prize.
I'm going to show you how these beautiful cards and concepts work as well. Or some of my favourites. I love, I can't tell you how much I love these cards. This concept, this ornate panel concept is just absolutely exquisite and a lot easier to work than you actually think, because the die does all the hard work for you. What we have got is a whole heap of different designs that you can create once you've got that lovely concept in there. I've also got on the show some of the pop-out scenes, which I love. I'm going to start with this one in a moment, and I'm going to enjoy some of those birthday bubbles. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, beautiful. With no matter how you use these cards, how you use these designs, there's a lot of ways that you can use them. And then we've got some Sharon Callis Heartfelt. Now, I love a masterclass.
Gorgeous.
And I love a good old box. So I thought I'd show you how you could use the beautiful Sharon Callis to create this gorgeous gift box. Normally I would say it's a light up box, but I'm going with a gift box for this one. And used the majority of all the dies on there to show you how gorgeous and how easy it is to create something as beautiful as this gorgeous box using some of these fabulous things. So 2 hours, masterclass. I'm going to talk you and walk you through all the different ways that you can use these dies, and hopefully you'll get some crafty inspiration and a little bit of fun along the way. But I promise you, there'll be no damaging, no annihilation of any stamps whatsoever. I've set myself up now, haven't I, Becky?
Yeah, I feel
Shouldn't
like
have
you
that.
really have. Yeah. But I like how high the bar is set today. We have got oodles on for you today. Let's chat first about the pop-out scene stamp and die. So if you've never seen these before, they are dies that will cut into your cards that will help you create 3D moments, but also you can use them as a standalone. It's really nice if you like a multifunctional die. And they come with stamps as well, so you can add a little bit of an extra je ne sais quoi if you so wish. Let me show you your options. So in this, you're going to get your secret garden. The secret garden is a beauty. You've got really lovely ones for spring designs in here. We are also bringing to you your time to celebrate. The time to celebrate one is absolutely lovely. You've got your party hat, you've got your balloon, you've got your confetti in there. Great for your birthdays. As well as this, I'm bringing to you our country village. I think this one reminds me of I grew up in the Lake District, and this is very much what this reminds me of. Lovely rolling hills, very scenic. Hey, if you've got anywhere near you that maybe this reminds you of, you could actually colour it, personalise it to look exactly like that. Because of the church as well, great for wedding cards. I've also got in here, Into the Woods. Oh, have you seen that film, Into the Woods? Oh, it's quite good. It's got some right tunes in it. We have got here for you the squirrel. You've got the lovely deer in there as well. Really nice one for all year round, because you can make this autumnal or you can make it summertime, depending on how you colour it in and what you add. Then we've got Party Vibes. This one could be for anything. Graduations. This could be for birthdays, of course. I like the usability of that one. Oh, is that a microphone? Oh, yes, it is. Anyone like a bit of the karaoke? We've also got in here for you your Our Home. Debbie had her hand up straight away then for the karaoke. Yep. That's me. We've got the Our Home. We've also got Enjoy the Bubbles. This is what the lovely Debbie's going to be demoing with shortly. And I've got your Go Camping. So anyone who loves maybe like the VW camper vans, or you love going to outdoor events, Fates, for example, this is a lovely one for you. Great for a party invite, actually. So all of these, let me just remind you, you have got all of these different designs, 92 elements in total. That's with the dies and all of the stamps you're getting, £31.96. It is half price deal for you today, 50% off. You're getting all of the product for a 50% discount today. This is a lovely one for you to be able to get your hands on if you've got sort of something speaking to you. I'll be honest with you though, if you've never worked with pop-up cards before, maybe you're quite new, maybe you joined us in the new year. If you did, hiya, welcome. Enjoy being part of the fold. It made it, I don't know, I thought in my head that was really cute and sweet, like, oh, you know, hook the new people, but actually just came out a bit odd, didn't it? Yeah. But if you are new and you are new to this part of our wonderful Crafters TV family, and you're thinking, I'd like to have a go at pop-up cards, but I don't know, is it something I need extras for? Is it something that maybe I want to get my head around? May I suggest this box? Now, the reason I'm going to suggest this is because there are a few lovely designs in here, really very, very pretty. And there's everything you need in here to create the card. So in here, you're going to get 2 dies, this one and this one. You're also going to get a massive pack of 10 stamps so that you can create your own backgrounds and so much more. You're also going to get the card blanks, and you get 24 of those. You get the envelopes to fit them as well. You're going to get ribbons. I think you get about 9 in this one. Then we're going to bring to you some coloured cards. You're getting some really snazzy papers, and you're getting some like embellishment pearls. All of that is in this box. Now, I've only ever seen these boxes from my memory at the £25 mark, or, you know, $25. This is extra special today because we wanted it to be as part of our sort of new year, new craft. Okay, for people who maybe don't want to step up to a full amount because they've not tried out before, a little bit of a taster, a little bit of an amuse-bouche, if you will. So if you are planning on getting involved with this, now is your chance. I can't guarantee that price forever, of course. When it sells out, it sells out. And I will also mention, if it is your first ever order, you're going to get a discount on this. And remember, if you're platinum, it is just £12 or $12. So feel free to treat yourself. Now, And if you would like a little bit of insight into how dies like this work, well, I've got just the lady for you. Let's head on over to Crafter's Corner. What are we making, Debbie?
So we're going to start with these pop-out seam dies. These are fabulous, great price as well. I don't think I've ever seen them as low as what they are today. They're absolutely incredible value for money. They create a lovely pop-out feature with the centre of your card, but I'm thinking you could use them on diorama cards at the front and create an aperture. You could make a lovely, beautiful star book. Starbucks quite a very on-trend kind of concept, and you could create little Starbucks of each little scene inside each little pocket when you open it up. There's tons of ways that you can use them, but you're letting the middle of your card take centre stage as well as being on the front. You can also make the inside pop out and create a wow factor every single time. And for me, sometimes as a card maker, people forget the inside. They just leave it blank, or they just might put a verse inside. But having something with a concept like so, when you open it up, and again, looks beautiful from the outside, but when you open it up and you've got the concept of the inside that gives that, create that pop out feature, it just means that it creates something that little bit extra dimensional, but also something really quite pretty. And I mean, again, look, enjoying those bubbles, Becky. Just enjoying those bubbles. Who doesn't enjoy a bubble or two? Now, inside each one of these, you're going to get the die that creates the pop-out feature, and you're also getting the stamps as well. So the stamps are the extra bits that are going to create all the detail inside the die, and I'll show you that in a moment as well. So they're your two main parts that you get with each set. There's a lot in here. And then also you've got this fabulous booklet inside as well. So inside the booklet shows you exactly how to pop it together. And it honestly, Becky, it's so super simple. And this is how you would create for a 4x6 card, way I'm going to show you. But I'll show you some other makes at the end of my demo so you can see the versatility in how you can use these. But it does tell you to start with a piece of cardstock and cut it to 8x6. Now I do that twice. So I've cut two pieces of cardstock, and this is plain stamping card, which is 8x6. So 8 inches by 6 inches, and then score it down the middle at 4 to create your 4x6. And that's what creates the outer part of your card. Okay. To do the inside of your card, the only difference that you're going to do, and I'll bring in my scoreboard so you can see what I'm doing with this, Becky.
We have got some scoreboards on the show today in case you've not got some.
Right, well, fabulous, because scoring tool is absolutely going to be your best friend in this.
Yeah.
You chop your card size down to 8x6, but then you need to put your score lines into place for that pop-out factor. And what you're going to do is you're going to score it at 2 inches top to bottom, at 4 inches top to bottom, and 6 inches at top to bottom. And what that actually does, and is all you're going to do is fold it in a bit like a valley and a mountain, where you're going to come back in to create like a little shape like that. And that is the pop-out part, pop-out panel into your cardstock, like so. And that is how you create that pop-out feature. Now, you can shorten this middle bit if you want to. It's entirely up to you, and I'll show you the one that I've done for later. But for the time being, what we're just going to do is we're going to burnish. So you're going to take your scoring tool and you're going to burnish using the, I call it the bobble edge, but it's the bit that burnishes. Take that, again, do both sides. So you've got really nice, crisp lines every single time. Makes a difference when you're using the pop-out bit inside that card by making sure you've got those nice burnished lines. And then the fun begins, because we've done all the bit, we've done the worker elements, that's the die done. So what we did, that's the cutting done and the scoring done. But what we're going to do now is we are going to place our little bubbles, and you'll see on here, this is what creates that lovely aperture. It hasn't got a full outside cutting edge all the way around. It's got just areas where there's raised die cut. And that's going to create the pop-out feature, but staying connected into the cardstock to give you that lovely pop-out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it into the centre, like so. And I'm going to hold it down with some low-tack tape. Oops. Got a little bit of movage going off there, Becky. A little bit of moving. Let's pop that into the centre. And then hold it down in your top to bottom position, top and bottom position, sorry. Yeah. And then pop it in your die cutting machine and run that through. And it's as simple as that.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, guess what? We've got a first-time watcher called Glynis.
Hello,
Hi,
Glynis. I'm
new watching the programme. Hey, Glynis, how are you? Welcome. I'm glad that my welcome to the family thing didn't put you off. You know what I mean? It was a bit sort of Godfather, but like, you know, more from a borrower. Lovely Ronnie Lee had a question for you about these dies. Ronnie Lee's asking, does the die go through the MIDI?
Through the MIDI? Yes, it does. Did you say Ronnie?
Ronnie Lee, yeah.
Ronnie Lee, yeah, absolutely it does, because, and especially if you're doing the 8x6 concept card of how we've designed this to work, but always think like a crafter, think of all the different ways you can use it. But yes, it will perfectly fit through your MIDI machine, your Gemini Junior. The only one it probably wouldn't go through is your smallest of your machines, like your Mini or your Gemini Go. But absolutely, it will fit through through that for you.
Great.
Very, very easily.
Brilliant.
And then again, if I just bring that in for a second so that you can see, that's created that lovely aperture. And all we're going to do now is we're going to fill up that design with the stamps, because the stamps have been designed to work alongside, like so, the features round here. So, and again, we've got lovely soak up the fun, birthday bubbles, obviously the bubbles, we've even got a little duck on there. So cute, it's so super cute. All the extra little embellishments as well. But what I'm just going to do is just stamp around there like so. So I'm going to bring in my stamping mat and my stamping platform, depending on how you're colouring this in, because again, this is I will call it a personal choice. Do you want to colour with alcohol markers? Do you want to colour in with your water-based products? So again, depending on what you're using, I'm going to be using my tri-blend pens, so I'm going to use my alcohol-proof die, and again, I'm just going to ink up that. I've placed it onto my stamping platform, give it a nice little short taps, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to position it over said die cut, push down, and that creates our lovely bubble factor, we're going to call it then. The bubbles, Becky, the bubbles. That's where we're going to go with that one. It's so gorgeous, it really is.
And he's saying, good morning from a slightly warmer Minnesota. Today, whilst watching the show, I will be organising my paper pads and making a couple of gift bags.
Oh,
that sounds like a great thing to do whilst you're watching the show. Glynis, lovely new person, do feel free to let us know where you are, what you're doing, how long you've been crafting for. If you're brand new to it, do feel free to let us know. A lot of people talking about the elephant squish situation. Now, if you didn't see this, you can watch it back on Wake Up Call. What I will say is there was an item used through a die cutting machine that you wouldn't expect to put through one. And yeah, Nellie the elephant had a very squashed trunk. Amy is saying, Craig was just showing how powerful the Gemini is. Of course he was. Colleen, who's doing our social media today, said not watched it yet, but she's saying it sounds like I need to watch this back.
Oh my God, yeah.
You do, because a lot of people to talk about it. Evelyn says, I've just gone and watched back on Craig smashing the little elephant. Gosh. Yeah, it's amazing how sort of flat an elephant can get, isn't it, really? Yeah, it's well worth a watch back.
Dear, honestly, poor Craig is all I'm going to say. But he's definitely up there with, you know, the wax melt gate.
Oh, wax seal.
Wax seal, that's it, that's the one.
Debbie.
I'm trying to think of it then. Oh, honestly, there's been some, it's definitely, I think, probably the major first blooper of the year.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we do like a little, do you know, like a little coffee magazine that goes around the business?
Yeah.
I'm putting that one forward.
Yeah,
that one,
put bloopers
that
in
one, yeah, that'll definitely go into the blooper section. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to give them the date, I'm going to give them the I'm going to give them footage.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm going to do, because that's a corker, an absolute corker, just hilarious. God love him. It happens to the best of us, doesn't it? It really does. Now, you can see all I'm doing, Becky, is I'm simply just going around the edges like so.
And just filling those bubbles in.
And just filling the bubbles in, yeah, absolutely. And there's even bubbles on the top of it, so let's, let me just put that there for a second. I just need to clean my stamping platform.
No problem. Whilst you're doing that, Dawn has asked a question. It's not actually related to this, but I'm sure you'll know the answer to it. Dawn is saying, any tips on using drawing gum?
Oh, yes.
I've tried it, and it's just dried on the brush What have I done? Do I take it off?
So drawing gum is basically, it's like a rubber glue that protects and covers your image. So if you wanted to do some little background techniques, you would use your drawing gum, let it dry, and then you can do all your background techniques, and then you can rub it off so that you can then layer some more colour down and create a little bit of background scene. However, if you do not put your brush directly into some warm soapy water to wash it off and get it, and you need to get your fingers in it, get your fingers wrapped around your brush. Let me just show you what I mean. So you get your brush, get the water, and then go through the fibres of your brush to get rid of all that sticky, gloopy drawing gum, because it's a super sticky adhesive that covers of it. So that's why you need to make sure. So that's all you're doing. It's just you're letting it dry, and then your brush goes rock hard and you cannot do anything with it. There is no going back. Once that's dried, no going back.
Right.
So it's immediate wash, dry, get rid of all the bits, dry it off, and you're good to go again. So yeah, so that's a great question. That's what we're here for, Becky.
Absolutely.
Absolutely what we're here for. And then of course, all the best thing about this is that you're going to do the colour, because you can see you've got my lovely little lady there. Do a spot of colouring. I'm just thinking, I've got so much to do in this show that I thought I might just skip forward the colouring part just for the time being, if that's okay, Becky, because I have got quite a lot to do. But you're going to colour that in. That is now ready to go on to the inside of your card. Now, for some people, they don't like the bulkiness of the ends. And when I say that, when you've stuck that down, they find that it's a bit bulky, or sometimes you can get what we call like a little bit peeking out here. Well, there's a way that you can get around that by trimming off the sides as well. I personally prefer to do it this full method. However, my coloured one, I just wanted to show you, you can actually hide that a little bit better just by chopping off a couple of the inches, because I can cover these up. My panels will be covered up, Becky. But can you see the difference once you add colour to it? Now, all I did with this was use tri-blends, and the three colours that I used were Ice Blue Blend, it was the bright pink blend, and the hydrangea, which is that lovely purple colour. And it's just having a little bit of fun. These stamps aren't overly fussy, so you can, you know, it doesn't take a lot of time to do the colouring part, but it does mean that, you know, once you've coloured it in, it brings it to life. The difference between the two is quite obvious there, and it just brings her to life really quite fabulously with that colour part. So what I'm just going to do, Becky, is move those out of the way. Let's do a bit of decoration. We've got, now I've chosen the garden party for the front part. I've used some textured cardstock, and I've used the garden party, and literally just fractions of my glue that I've got left. So I'll stick all these parts on first, and then we'll stick the inside. Oh, Debbie, would help to undo the top. Did a bit of glue school this morning on the now let's see if I get this right way around. Craft, chat, create. There we go. Our brand new show that we are doing every morning, Monday to Friday, from 8 a.m. UK time through to 11 a.m, which I'm just absolutely loving, can I just tell you. I've done a couple now. Kick-started it last Wednesday, and I've come and kick-started the week off today. I'm in again tomorrow with the show, and then am I allowed to say who's coming in and doing the rest of the week?
Go on.
Leanne.
Leanne's going to be here.
Yes, Leanne's going to be here doing Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. It's going to be absolutely tremendous. What a fabulous, fabulous treat for you all. It really is, having our gorgeous Leanne in the building doing the shows, which I'm super excited about, and I can't wait to watch as well. So what I'm just going to do now, Becky, now of course you could be adding in the background some papers, I've misplaced mine, so you're going to forgive me. I'll show you the finished one. But you could pop a little piece into the coat, you know, just to literally give it a little bit of lift. And I'll show you that in a moment, because right now I'm not going to worry too much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop onto the corner like so into my little tab, and all I'm going to do is let's go in a little bit like so.
If you do want any tape pens, we have got them as the Get It Got It Good today.
We have.
And blimey, we've needed it, haven't we? Because we ran out.
Yeah, oh God, I'm so happy that they're back in stock.
Yeah.
I'm really, really happy that they're back in stock. Thankfully. Right, so now that's what that has done, is created that lovely fold and that lovely pop out. Debbie, get your pop out in the right way around, girl. Phew, phew. There we go. In fact, let me just stick that down. Yeah, there we are. I'm going to lift that up a little bit before I adhere that down. And let's just squidge it together. And then make sure that bit stays in the middle. Just bear with me a second while I get it into place. Do you know what I should be doing? Using some wet glue. In fact, Debbie, make life easy for yourself, girl. I'm going to put some wet glue on into place, and we're going to just pop that on. And I'm just going to fold that in.
Glynis, our newbie for the show, is saying, hiya, I'm in from Bedfordshire. Bedfordshire, is it? Or Bedfordshire? I'm making it sound like you're a hobbit. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's from the Shire. Bedfordshire in England. I have been crafting for about 10 years. I love my Gemini machine. But I find that the plates don't last long. Do you have any tips on that, Debbie?
Absolutely. Flip and rotate. Let's do a little, let me just give you a quick demonstration what I mean by that. And I'll just move that to one side while it's just drying for a second. When you pop your plate in and you do your die cut, when you bring it back out, and it comes, so set out you've cut this part here, Becky.
Yeah.
When it comes out the other end, turn it over and reverse it, and then pop that through. And what it does is it keeps it nice and flat. So turn and rotate. Run it through, turn and rotate. And you keep doing that with your plates. And also, your cutting plate, our Craig always uses one and keeps it flat. It doesn't cut into it. They are cutting surfaces, so your 2 clear cutting plates that come with your Gemini have got, you think about it, 4 different cutting surfaces to be flipping and rotating, which gives you a lot more longevity. Craig likes to keep his nice and flat and only just use one cutting plate, and then wait until it's, because it is a consumable, and you will need to, replace them at some point. All I will just say is get into the habit of doing the flip and rotate. I'm terrible me sometimes, Becky, because I don't concentrate. I can do it when I'm at home. When I'm at home, I always flip and rotate, and my plates last me a long time. When you're live demonstrating on air, you forget, and you put them down, and you've forgotten, and you pick it back up and you're thinking, which sign did I use? I completely forgot. So it's all about the flip and rotate. So as long as you keep doing that, you will be absolutely fine. I promise you.
Because you're almost doubling its lifespan in a way, aren't you?
You are, yes, yeah. And to be fair, you will get a lot of wear out of it. The other little tip that I'm going to give you, and I did in fact, talking of it, the new show, last Wednesday we did a show all about a 101 on the Gemini, the back to basics. So if you get chance, because the shows live on our platform and they stay on YouTube and they stay on our Facebook Crafters TV page. If you go back to Wednesday, wow, what would it, Producer Johnny, can you get me the date for last Wednesday?
Last Wednesday.
Was it the 12th? If you go back and have a look at the 12th of January on the Craft, Chat and Create show, you'll find myself and Ben, we launched that first show, and I did a 101. Literally, most of the morning was about the Gemini, and it talks about pressure, how to use your plate, what kind of platforms and the sandwiches that you need to do. And it's literally, and again, it's that longevity. It's about thinking about your platform when you're popping your dies through. Makes such a difference. It really, really does. Yeah. So definitely worth a watch is what I'm going to say. It's definitely worth a watch. And it's literally all about how to use your Gemini, how to get your longevity out of your plates as well. Not only just with the flip and rotating, about the pressure, because sometimes we can go at it hammer and tongue, a bit like Craig this morning where he put a little bit too much pressure in the machine. So it's all about understanding the machine, getting to know the machine and things like that.
That's great. And if you at home have any tips for Glynis, please do message them in on our socials. Maybe you do the old, heating them up with hot water trick, or if there's anything that you like to do feel free to get in touch with us. Christia, who's in with us, is saying, poor Craig, talk about the elephant in the room. He's not going to forget this. I love it.
Yeah, and you're totally right. Forget it, Becky. We're never going to let him forget it, I promise you. Now, all I've done with these, Becky, is I wanted to add a couple of little extra embellishments just to pop in the corners. So I've pre-stamped, and don't forget you're getting the dies that do all this. I don't have to fussy cut this. The dies do all this for me. I'm just adding these little extras as that little bit of an extra embellishment. Again, making that inside of your card pop a little bit. Gives it some extra dimension. There's even the little duck. And he's like a cutie pie duck. He really is super, super cute. Where can I pop him? Let's have a think. Where shall I pop him? I could pop him in the bubble bath with her. I mean, do you still have a rubber duck in your bath, Becky?
really?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what, I'm going to stick him down there.
Yeah, go on.
Let's stick him down there in the little corner, the extra little
Swimming
embellishments. And on the front of the card, I'm just going to pop myself a little sentiment with the birthday bubbles. And apart from adding a few little gems and things like that, I mean, this really is the cutest of cutest sets. It's such a fabulous set as well. I absolutely love anything that gives me a bit of a wow factor. Not only on the front of your card, because that looks really nice, pretty card, you know, pretty stamp, pretty papers, but it's the wow factor when you open it up, that lovely wow factor, like so. And the difference that I've done with me one that I did originally, apart from adding a few gems on there, little
oh,
on the
there
front
he
as well. I added some paper in the background. So if I just hold it up there and do it again, let's move those out of the way so you can see. Gorgeous front, just the only difference there is I popped some gems on, popped a little duck, popped a little bubble in the corner, but it's the wow factor you get when you open it up. And just by adding those extra embellishments really does bring them to life and create that lovely pop-out feature and gives your centre of your card just as much attention as what the front has got there. Beautiful.
I love it, Debbie. Thank you for showing us that. That is just one of many demos we've got coming up for you in this show. Don't forget, if you did want to treat yourself to those, you've got loads and loads and loads of options within this, and don't forget it is half price as well. So do remember, you've got in here the Secret and Garden, you've got the Time to Celebrate, we've got Country Village, Into the Woods, Party Vibes, Our Home, we've also got Enjoy the Bubbles, which we've just demoed with, and Go Camping. The concept is the same throughout. And if you recall, one of the main concepts was the pop-out element. You can, of course, use them flat. But if you do want to create the pop-out element, may I suggest you get yourself a scoreboard. Now, the reason we're saying this is to give yourself a nice board. If you've ever tried to do something very simple, like fold a piece of card in half and get it perfect on its first fold, then it feels kind of good, right? What about if you're trying to do it with a gatefold card? Or what if you're trying to do it, for example, with the valley and mountain folds like we were just doing there in that design? It can get pretty tricky if you don't use the right tools. If you haven't got anything like this, this is not just a scoreboard collection. We have got in here the opportunity for you to create loads. So I'm going to start off with the Envelobox Creator. An Envelobox, if you don't know what it is, it kind of says it in the name, it creates box style envelopes. So if you've ever made a card that's a little bit chunky or maybe is a bit ornate, so there's a few layers, you can make your own envelopes to fit that. Really useful. As well as that, I'm bringing to you the Boxer. The Boxer is a brilliant bit of kit and it can help you create boxes like this. Don't forget, comes with instructions, and this is the board itself. And again, this one is a double-sided design there. So that one's the Boxer. I've got Top Score here for you. Top Score's a really lovely one to help you create kind of quite interesting designs and looks. Again, really useful templates here that you can follow and work with and create. As well as that, that's what it looks like. As well as that, the enveloper, I've got for you, really useful to be able to work with that one. With the Top Score, as I was talking about, you're getting the designs here to help you do things like your half folds on your A5, but also you've got the elements here to help you create those boxes. And last but by no means least, one of our most popular tools, it is the Score Master. This is double-sided, and also if you noticed before, lovely Debbie was working with the burnishing tool, you get that in there as well, which is a real good essential. So all of those you are getting here in one place for today, just £55 or $55. And the thing is, there's so much in there that you will use time and time and time again. And it's one of those kind of collections that once you have these in it, you can add to it if you want, but you've got enough there so that you don't have to. So it's up to you if you fancy taking that. Let me tell you another goodie that I've got on the show for you today. It's your ornate screens. Now, the ornate screens have been oh so popular thus far, and I'm about to bring you a mega collection. The ornate screens, if you've not seen them before, you look at them and it's almost difficult to get your mind around how these have been created. They are so intricate, they are so elegant, they are so interesting, and they are so workable. They create cards that look impossibly complex with one run through of your die cutting machine. So let me show you the different designs that you have in here. We're bringing to you the ornate screen panel. So you've got the main basis of it, but also I'm bringing to you your rose panels and your trellis panels as well. So that means that you can layer these up to decorate them as you wish. And dependent on time of year or event, these could do so much. Whenever I look at this, I always think I want to colour that in and make it a stained glass window. Use it with your acetate, that could look cool. I'm then going to add a little bit of an embellishment. I've got your hummingbird collection here. Interesting fact about a hummingbird, only bird that can fly backwards. You're welcome. We have got for you your hummingbird design here, as well as your wonderful florals. You've got tropical style themes too. Has anyone watched The Green Planet? It's David Attenborough's new one. It's all about sort of the world of plants. That's what that's making me think of. Perfect for spring and summer, of course. This one is great for your bridals. We're bringing to you your happily ever after. Of course, what I quite like about this is, although it sort of appears bride and groom-esque here, change the colour of this dress maybe, and it could be a prom, for example, card, or it could be maybe sort of a bridesmaid's invitation, that type of thing. We've got your flutterbys here as well, butterfly delight, and there's absolutely loads in here, including this lovely wreath. I really like the idea of using this maybe over the top of a drawing. It looks to me a little bit like a hair garland. I think it's a really pretty one for festivals. And last but by no means least, I've got your treasured memories. So you are getting all of the stamps that you need, all of the dies that you need. I will let you know that this is popular, especially for you platinum customers who are getting it for just £82.15 or $96.34. I will remind you, you can get these individually as well if you so wish. If you want £35 worth of the saving, then you absolutely can. So you're getting the ornate screen and then you're getting the other elements too. And as well as all of this, we're getting a demo from Debbie. What we're making?
Oh, we are. I'm going to show you a couple of finished samples so you can see just how gorgeous these are. I mean, look at that for a start. That design on there is just like absolutely stunning. It really, really is. And again, they're so, I mean, they're so different, these. I absolutely love them. Whether you just want to use certain elements of it, whether you want to go full on elaborate and extend it, because this one is an extended one by a couple of them stuck together, so you've got a really large ornate panel there. Look at the size of that one. They're just absolutely fabulous to do. I'm going to show you some black and white concepts after I've done this, just to show you. But first things first, let's talk about the worker die. This is a big die. And if I just may, let me just grab my poke tool for a second, just need to get my cardstock up. This is a really large die. It's going to fit in your Gemini, or your Gemini Pro, because it is the biggest of the dies that we do. And this is the worker element. It cuts out the fabulous panel, but it puts the score lines in where it needs to and the cut marks in. And I'll show you in a moment when we pop this together. So this is A4 cardstock that I'm using for the base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it down with some low tack tape. So I'm going to grab a couple of pieces, and it's just to hold it into place onto the cardstock like so. And then we're going to run that through. And again, this is a normal thin metal die, even though it's got all that worker part to it, but you can see it fitting onto that A4 plate. But it just needs the normal platform of your plastic shim, magnetic shim, and the other cutting plate, and feed that through your machine. You'll hear it doing all the work in a moment. What that's doing is putting all the cut marks into place and all the score lines into place as well. And then we're going to manipulate it into that panel, that shape, that design. We're going to do the manipulation of that, because that's the bit that you've got to do. We've done the hard bit, you've got to do the manipulation part. So I'm just going to move those plates out of the way, remove my low tack tape. Let's see if I can get my low tack tape off there without too much of an issue there, Becky. There we go. So pop that on and just lift that off. And then take your die off. And what that has done is cut out my beautiful panel. Now on here, and you can see them where this is cut through. Can I just show you there for a second, Becky? So like so, it's cut through, but then it's put the score lines into place. So you've got score lines running from the top to the bottom of the legs. We're going to call them the legs. If you want to extend it, what you're going to do is you're going to cut this twice and then you're going to extend it. Might have to do that for a masterclass kind of thing. Not a masterclass, maybe a craft along if we haven't already done it. But I'm going to show you now what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate. Now, the manipulation part, what I want you to remember is when you pop in, and I always start at the middle. There's no right or wrong way with this, Becky. You'll find when you manipulate it, it'll fall into place. But all you need to remember is that if you pop in a mountain folding, by that I'm bringing it up, that the ones that go, these two opposite end ones, go in. So they're going to do a valley. So what it's going to do is create the mountain, but these are going to fold in. So you just manipulate. Can you see me just manipulating that cardstock? I'll do all the burnishing afterwards. What I'm doing first is manipulating, and that's the best bit of advice I can give you when you're doing this. So we've got a mountain fold here. So this one will be a valley. So that's going to be pushed inwards. And again, just make it easy for yourself. Use your fingers, your fingernails, whatever it is that you need to do to bring it in. But if you go in a valley, the opposite ends of it are going to be the mountain. So that's all you need to remember when you're doing this. So mountain, two valleys, valley, two mountains. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. And again, all I'm doing, first of all, is just manipulating it. And once you've got this bit done, and so I said this is a valley, that's the mountain. So what's this one, Becky? It's going to be a mountain again.
Mountain.
Yay, that's it. And it then will fold in, because you're pushing it into its position. You're manipulating it into the position, like so. And fold it down. And that is the first half of that done. So that has been manipulated into place. We'll take care of the neat burnishing, but what we've got to do now is the other side. So again, it's exactly the same. So we've got the mountain there. So this one is going to be that valley. The opposite ends are going to be the mountain. And talking about mountains and valleys, but it's the best way I can describe it as a visual for you. And it's all about manipulation. We've done all the hard work, you just have to manipulate. And again, just bringing it in. We'll cover those score lines in a moment. What we are just doing is bringing it into its place, into the place that you need it to be, where all the folds have been done for you. And then we're just going to take our bone folder and we're going to pop all of them nice, lovely, crisp, burnished lines into place so that it falls. I love this concept. When I first heard that we were going to bring this, I'm like, how on earth are we going to do a die that does all this for you?
You're not the only one. When Terry is saying, oh, I just love the ornate screens. I've made so many in Oriental design. It's my absolute fave.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Gwen. Pammy's coming with a tip for Glynis for sort of longevity of boards. Pam says, I put a piece of washi tape on the spot I put through. That way I know which side I used. And if it is up to the front or back, it helps me remember which way to put it through later. Great tip, Panny. I really love that. Glynis is also asking, just for a little reminder of what day that show was on. It was Wednesday just gone, wasn't it?
Yes, Wednesday the 12th for 8 a.m. And you just see that new logo that we've got for our new show, which is the Craft, Chat and Create.
Yeah.
Craft, Chat and Create. Yeah, just look for the new logo. You'll see it. We've got it all over, and it's going to be it is our new show where we're bringing it Monday to Friday between the hours of 8 and 11. But for that particular show with the Gemini 101, and I put it through its paces, let me tell you. I put it through lots of different things that you can do with it. It's well worth going back and having a little look. Now, talk of ease. The worker die's done the hard work. I just did that bit of manipulation with my fingers, and hey presto, we've got the beautiful die all ready to decorate. And if I just lift it up so you can see it, that's exactly what we're talking about with the opposites. So if I just hold it there for a second, can you see? Perfect for the mountains and the valleys. And if you just remember, if you're doing a mountain fold, the opposite ends will be the valley. It's that easy to manipulate and to get into place. And there is your first ornate panel. And like I said, you could cut this out twice, 3 times and have a really large design. What you have got in each, in your kit is you've actually got a little instruction sheet all the extra bits, those are the extra decorative elements, but you've actually got a little picture demonstration and a little step-by-step there in telling you exactly what I've just said. It's exactly what I've said in there, and it's ready now to do all the decoration. Do the manipulation, then do the burnishing, and I promise you. And this is one of those absolute wow factors. If you are selling on your little craft stalls or to friends, to family, whoever it is, these are the cards that people are going to go, wow, how on earth did you do that? Your secret's safe with us. We're not going to tell. We're not going to tell. We're not going to say we're a die that did it for you. You could, because you're the one getting creative with it. It's now down to you to do the decoration part. So that bit is what I call the only part of it that I think is worth taking your time doing, because you get those results every single time. And of course, folds lovely and flat as well. And if you think about the size, actually when it folds down, we're talking 8 by 3, just over 8 by 3. That's not a bad size at all, really, when you think about when it comes to postage and packaging and all those kind of things. So the next bit we're going to do then, Becky, is bring in one of the designs. Now, for me, you've got the gorgeous, the decorative part of there, what you can actually use if you want to. And on there are jam-packed full of those gorgeous floral delicate roses, and then the trellis, and you can do a bit of mix and matching as well if you want to. And then you've got the lovely stamp sets, and the stamp sets again are the bits that you're gonna get creative with. And I do love this. You've got all of the stamps that do, and I'll bring in because it's always a bit easier when you can see it onto some white card. I mean, I love this one. For weddings, talk about a standout wedding card. This is absolutely going to knock the socks off. And you can use 2 brides, you could use 2 grooms, and obviously your bride and groom together. This bit is your creativity. We haven't put it on one sheet that you've just got to, we've given you the separate pieces that you can do all the stamping and not even die cut, not even fussy cutting, because you've got all the dies there. And the fabulous little trellis. And the trellis, when you run that through, and I've just run mine through onto some white stamping card, is just an extra embellishment that you can add on and will sit into your panels. But obviously you want to create a little bit more dimension to it by adding some background papers and things like that. So that's as easy as that is, Becky. And again, when you stamp these out, I forgot what are we doing for time? Shall we stamp? Let's stamp a couple of them. So we'll get our lovely bride, we'll get our lovely groom. I'm going to bring in though, because we did have on a show earlier today, Becky, stamping platform, which I'm just going to bring back up. Our Craig's been tidying underneath here, Becky. Wait till you come this side when you do your shows. He's been tidying. It looks so nice and neat. It really, really does.
Oh, he's a good egg.
He's a good, very good egg, he is. Because it's just so lovely to come in and find everything where you need it to be. So, again, I'm just going to bring those back in. What did I do with my stamps, Becky? There they are. Thank you. And again, depending on how you're doing, what I've done is I've popped my knee in a cardstock. I've popped my bride and groom down onto there. I'm then going to pop that down and pick it up. And then I'm just going to ink it up. And again, this will depend on what you're colouring medium that you're going to use, to your ink pad that you're going to use for that. So if you're using alcohol pens, you're going to use the alcohol proof. If you're using anything water-based, you're going to use the waterproof one. So I'm just going to stamp up my stamps.
Don't forget, if you do have any questions for Debbie to do with stamping or these designs, or even something you've just stumbled across, it's not related to the show, you might think, oh, I shouldn't message in, feel free to. Kathy's come in and says that that she's going to use these for some Easter cards.
Oh,
that's a really nice idea.
Yeah, absolutely. What a cracking idea that is.
You could even put some like bunny stamps on them and things, couldn't you?
Absolutely. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, I've done it deliberately. Just to purposes to show you the stamping platform. But I've missed little areas. Well, with the stamping platform, because the magnets hold the cardstock into place, I can go back in. Now, as long as I've inked it up properly, Becky, and not missed it off the ink, because it could be ink that I've missed, you can go back in and you can stamp back over. And I think it might be... he needs a bit more ink.
Elbow.
I know, he needs a little bit more ink, and that's just because my eyes aren't the best at the minute. I need to go and get I keep saying an eyesight test is what I need to go and get myself sorted with. Now, again, top tip when you're using your platform is sit the legs into their footwell, and we're not gonna
Jiggle it.
We're going to push down over that stamp and push down to do that stamped area. Now, I think I missed his foot, didn't I, as well? And then when you lift off, ta-da, perfect.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. It's actually made him a little bit darker, hasn't it? Because I've done a couple of inks on there. But there's no right or wrong way. It's just how you use that. And perfect for if you're not very good with stamping, this is a great tool to have for that.
Oh, definitely.
So, absolutely. And then you're going to place your dies. You're going to colour them in. And you're going to place your dies and you're going to run those dies through your machine. And I personally, I stamp, I colour, and then I cut out. And again, all you're going to do is when you see them come to life and you add that little bit of colour, how beautiful do they look? Wait till you see me mister in his suit. I've chosen a beautiful grey. Look how gorgeous. They come to life the minute you add the colour. So, shall we put this card together, Becky?
Let's do it.
Because I've got some extra embellishments. I've got my trellis. I've got my man and wife there, like so. Let's put those to one side. Let's move those bits out of the way as well. So I've got my man and my groom and my bride. I've got my embellishments for either side of my panel. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. That's better. There you go. We've got our panel. And what I've done is, rather than use the trellises, I've just used some cardstock and I've gone with craft card and some, I'm saying bits of paper, little bits of paper that I thought I could use up. And when you're taking your measurements for how these sit, just think of your panel. Now, the actual full size panel there is 4 3/4 by 2.5. And then depending on the layers that you do, you will just measure it down 1/4 of an increment. However, you do have the decorative dies that do all that for you. So if I just bring one of those decorative dies back in, the decorative dies actually, they fit perfectly. So to create your perfect mat and layer, if you're going to use your decorative dies, is you cut your mat out and you'll find that you use no measurements with these because these do all that work for you.
Right.
You've got, on this delicate rose panel, you've got the scalloped edge, and on the other one, you've got a straight edge. So that's how easy it is to be able to create those. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to bring in some wet glue for this, Becky, and I'm going to just simply pop my wet glue onto the back and place those down. And I'm going to do exactly the same. The reason I'm using the wet glue as well, Becky, is I've got the little bit of wiggle time with this.
Right.
So it means I can get it into place like so.
Shadi is just messaging saying, I'm just popping in to say hi very quickly. Terrible snowstorm here, 20 centimetres on the street, just gone home. Later. That's it. I like that. Popping in to say hi. Laters.
Did you hear that noise? Did everybody else hear that noise, or was it just me?
No, what noise?
Oh,
Parcels going out in the lorry, apparently.
I did wonder what it were. And plus, I'm sure Charlotte was in the other hot seat. Oh, we've now got Adam. I'm thinking Charlotte's voice has got lower and Liverpudlian. I'm thinking, who's that voice there in the background? I didn't realise you were there. Hello, Adam. For anybody, is our lovely Adam's in out here. We've got producer Johnny and we've got director of the joystick, our lovely Adam. I think I meant to say the master of the joystick. Is that the right word?
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Now what I'm doing is I'm just, we've got lovely Adam and Johnny in our ears, haven't we, Becky?
We have indeed. Although I wish you hadn't put it like that.
No, I know. It didn't sound right, did it? I should really think before I open mouth. I should engage the brain.
We like you just as you are.
It should be good on catchphrase, say what I see, shouldn't I? Yeah, should absolutely, Johnny. Should be
a catchphrase. Did they have it in America? You know?
Oh yeah, that's a thought.
If you don't have
do they have
catchphrase
it
in America, it's basically a game show whereby they will put up animated pictures, usually a bit rubbish, that's part of the fun of it, and you have to guess kind of maybe the famous saying or something like that, don't you? You get it?
What do we have on Play Your Craft Right, Becky, that say what you see?
Say what you see. Oh, have you done it?
Yeah, we've done
Never.
it. I did a Christmas edition with Ben.
Oh, I've not done that one before.
Yeah, it was. Yes,
What one was
producer
it?
Johnny. Well, we'll not repeat what I just said. Yeah, where you look at the picture and you say what you see.
Right.
And we did one with a rather colourful one just before Christmas. I'm going to say because I say what I see. I got it wrong, completely wrong.
Right.
But yeah, it's a say what you see kind of picture thing. But there must be something like that in America, surely.
Possibly. If there is, do let us know.
Yeah, there must be. What do we call it in Play Your Craft Right? We don't call it. Is that what we call it? Say what you see.
Say what you see, we call it, apparently. Yeah.
Do we really? Oh, I haven't been on a Play Your Craft Right for ages. I haven't done one for it. Have you done one, Becky, for a while?
Not this year.
No, me neither.
No, not this year.
No, me neither. Yeah, yeah, because I had to take I'm trying to. Is it Jan this? I think it might be Jan. You know, I think it might be Jan.
Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Jan's got it this week because she gets really competitive, Becky. Have you played against Jan yet?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, very competitive. She's very, very, very competitive.
More competitive than you?
Oh, I'm not competitive at all, Becky. I don't know what you mean. I'm not competitive at all. I tell her fib, I really am. I really, really am. Now, all I'm doing, Becky, is I'm just using all the lovely embellishments that come within your set just to give it that little bit of extra dimension. So I've used that beautiful stamp set on the bride and groom. I just think, I mean, either side that will look beautiful, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So I've put a trellis on one side. I could actually pop the flowers over the top of the trellis, but I wanted to keep them both separate. And then, like I said, all you're going to do is start to add. Now, I think on this one, I think I'm going to have a little foam pad or two. Let me grab my foam pads out of my bag.
I was just thinking then, because of how you've done the groom, you could also do that for like, you know, like race day, when ladies and gents get dressed up.
Yes.
That'd be quite a nice one as a little, maybe going out to the races or your prom.
Yeah, just have her maybe prom dress it up a little bit.
Colour it in, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could do it like, you know, when someone asks you to be like their best man or their bridesmaid. You could use them separately as well, couldn't you? And colour it in to look like them.
Yeah, that's a good idea as well, Becky. I like that too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are just, honestly, I mean, I do love, I love all things Crafters Companion, but these were one of my favourite sets that we did of last year. I just think they're absolutely exquisite. They really, really are. And just a lot of fun. And again, you know, something that's that little, we offer something that little bit different, which is what I love about them. Because they're not the run-of-the-mill type, you know, kind of standard card. They offer you something that little bit different that really does stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
And I love all the extra embellishments that you get on here as well. So I'm going to pop my little dove. In fact, I might just have that just above her, like so. And then finishing it off with a on your wedding day, because this one's going to be for a special couple on their wedding day. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on there. And there you go. You've got your ornate screen, your ornate panel, shall I say, screen, with your gorgeous features all together, and it just looks, and they stand beautifully. They're not one of those cards that flop over. Get all your folds in the right place, all your, you know, your valleys, your mountains, and all those parts, and everything comes together really beautifully. And then, of course, you could do lots of other things. Do you want to see a couple of other things that you can do? That's the way I've just done it. I just want to show you some other things that you can do with them. So, of course, how they would be normally with your little panels. What about changing it up a little bit and perhaps adding some to the front and the back, so you've got lots of different ways to be able to use them? What about, I mean, that trellis is just gorgeous. Not trellis, the beautiful roses, just absolutely beautiful. But what about changing it up a little bit? What about making it into a little bit of a gift box? Look how gorgeous that looks. Again, just showing you the kind of ideas that you can use and how versatile. And one of my favourites, Becky, which I just have to show you this one, is what about popping it on the inside of a card to create a little pop-out factor? So perhaps decorate the front of your card and then opening it up.
Lovely.
Absolutely beautiful, and that's just sticking it inside there. But of course you can extend it, you can make them bigger. Honestly, the world's your oyster. Once you've got these, it's again one of those die sets. It does more than one thing. Yes, it's been designed to create that lovely panel, but there's a lot of things that you can do with them as well, which is what excites me about any die set. If there's something it can do and create, absolutely a big tick for me. And they're absolutely beautiful. They really are gorgeous designs with some beautiful extra embellishments to change the occasion every time you use them.
Thank you so much for showing us that, Debbie. We have got so much more to come. I want to let you know that these 2 sub boxes, which are for the first time in my knowledge, £15 only as opposed to 25, have been really popular. Quite a few of you have already checked that out. I have got some stunning demos coming up in the likes of Sharon Callis dies as well on their way. Loads more demos, as I've said. But what we want to do, just to give you a couple of moments to check out your baskets to make sure you can secure whichever you want today, is we're going to let you know a little bit about our club. This club is free to join, and when you spend, you save. So if this is your first time watching, have a little look about how to get involved with our Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. You're with me, Becky and Debbie, and we have got so many more demonstrations to come up. In that little break, loads of you are checking out those baskets, so now you can sit back, relax, pour yourself a brew and enjoy all of the treats we've got to come. Just to let you know that in that break, quite a few of you checking out these boxes that we have, and so they're quite a bit lower stock now than they were, say, an hour ago. If you have been thinking about grabbing these, and maybe, you know, there's been, because these kind of came out in the run-up to Christmas, right? So maybe you weren't really treating yourself to things, you were treating other people. We've given these to you in a little bit of a sort of, you know, January sale style, so that you can treat yourself in this new year. Normally £25 worth, even though there's so much more than £25 worth of stuff in here. But today we're bringing it to you to just £15 and $15. If you're brand new, you've never seen them, have a little nosy at the first option. I've got two for you. This is your first option, which I think is wonderful for birthday cards, christening cards. I think this is really nice for Easter with the little bunny as well. These boxes are jam-packed with everything you really need to be able to create cards like this. In here, you're going to get 9 dies that help you do this pop-out designs. You're going to get card blanks in here. You've got envelopes, ribbons. You've got card packs as well. You're getting the stamps too. Really always lovely package, but let me just show you the stamps that you get. So these are the lovely stamps that you're going to be able to get your hands on that come with the corresponding dies that mean you can make these 3D pop-outs. Look, you've got some lovely little cakes on there, bunnies as well. And as we said, all of the other elements you need in here to make those stunning cards. £25 usually, very popular. Today at £15, $15, very, very popular. That price point won't stick around forever, so do seize the moment if you so wish. I've also got a secondary option for you too. This one is our pop-up designs, pop-up scenes, these ones, and they are beautiful. If you've never worked with pop-ups before, Debbie did a demonstration on something similar earlier. What these create is cards that can have spinner elements within them, so moving kinetic cards, but also they've got that pop-up detail which can give real wow factor. In here you're getting 2 nice sized dies, 10 clear stamps, 24 card blanks and matching envelopes. You're getting 9 different assorted ribbons. You're getting coloured card packs, paper as well, and 100 pearls. I've got to show you some of the papers in this because I love it. Does anyone remember sort of Wind in the Willows and Animals of Farthing Wood? This is the kind of, oh, I hope someone's had a go at this one. Yours will be complete. Look, you've got these lovely characters in here. You've got your bunny rabbits, your hedgehogs, so much more. But these are just some of the papers that you're going to be getting in this pack. Really wonderful, sort of outdoorsy, great for this changing of the season as well, because spring is around the corner, although it doesn't feel like it. £15 for all of that to be able to create these cards. And do remember, the dies that you're getting in here will last and last and last and last. And with things like 100 pearls, £15 really is a sensational deal. But again, this is a right here, right now offer. So if you do fancy it, that's a great one. Do you know, it's a really good one for actually. Like if someone's just getting into crafting, you wanted to get them a little bit of a treat, that's a lovely collection, I think, because they have got everything they need. It's not like you have to buy the dies and then go and get them the right cards or the right envelopes or all the rest of it. It's all in there, ready to go. We have got some very special demos coming up on the way, and I have to say that when we saw this final make, all of the team were kind of like flabbergasted. This make that we're going to be demoing soon is all created using Sharon Callis dies and stamps. These are wonderful open elements, and you are going to be getting a massive amount of treats within here. 12 elements in total. So let me show you what you're getting. Your happy birthday die, which cuts out that lovely design element, and you have the stamps to finish them off and colour in. As well as that, I'm bringing to you your sending blessings. Really love this one. You've got those butterflies on there, which give a really joyous springtime, summertime feel. That's your sending blessings. I've also got Thinking of You. Now, of course, when we think about our daffodils, we might think about different days, like St Andrew's Day is the daffodil, isn't it? Mother's Day, maybe you're thinking of Easter as well. That's a nice get well card as well. And then I've got the Thank You too, which has these ornate roses within it. All of these you're getting nice sizable dies and matching stamps, just £15 or $15 for all of them. You don't have to, sorry, just £41.97 or $47.47 in dollars. You can treat yourself to all of these. So these ones are your heartfelt greetings that we're getting here. And your discount on these ones today is £18 or $20.33. So they're really big, bold, and they don't half create a sort of head-turning effect, don't they, Debbie?
Absolutely, a statement piece. Sharon does things so well because, as you know, the lovely Sharon Callis, we're lucky that she comes over here now and demonstrates for us, but she works with us alongside making the most beautiful, beautiful things because she's a crafter at heart and she knows exactly what it is that we want. I love these, they're versatile. How Sharon designed these in mind was to give you that lovely dome feature where it stays connected into your cardstock so that you then could fill behind the back, perhaps maybe with some florals, flowers, whatever it is that you want to do to create that lovely effect. But there's simply one of those dies that again create versatility. So you've got a lovely dome feature there. What about things like maybe having it as a pop-out feature to the inside of a card? So I'm just showing you some of how the design team have used these to create something really beautiful. And again, versatility. It's about all the different things that you can do with it. I love this one. It's like a bit like a shaker card where it's trapped inside the glitter. Absolutely looks beautiful. What about your gift boxes and maybe having it, because you're creating that aperture, maybe creating something a little bit, something different. What about your diorama cards as well, which look absolutely fabulous? And imagine if you did have this as a dome feature, and imagine popping things behind the back to create something really quite sensational. There's a ton of ways that you can use them. They're absolutely fabulous. And then the way that I'm going to use it is creating, I love a good old box, a gift box, and I love the designs of Sharon's, and I thought I wanted to use all of the designs, to be fair, on the box, just to show you the kind of things that you can be creating with it. So I'm just going to move those to one side, Becky, and literally it's so easy to use Sharon's dies because, like I said, she thinks like a crafter, and the designs are really beautiful, like you've just shown. I think I'll go with the happy birthday one. I think that's what we'll start with first. Now, to create this lovely box, I'm going to give you the measurements of the bases. You're going to cut yourself 4 pieces of cardstock that measure 6¼ inches by 6¼ inches. And what you're going to do, Becky, is you're going to take your scoreboard, like so, and you're going to pop it on and you're going to score yourself at half an inch, Debbie, half an inch, top to bottom, on one side and on 2 sides only, to create the box part of it. And this bit, and I'll show you in a minute because we're going to cut away some of those, but it's just giving you half an inch either side because it fits perfectly with Sharon's design. I suppose you could go bigger if you wanted to be fair. The dimensions of this box could be bigger, but how I'm using it is to create, and Debbie's got this super stuck down, just bear with me a second. I've put...
Oh, get them muscles out.
Get them muscles out. I didn't have my Weetabix this morning. Oh, there we go. But what it's going to do is, can you see the dimensions of the box? And if I just score that over for a second so you can see what I mean.
Don't forget, if you do need a scoreboard, we have got a collection on show for you today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to cut away the corner piece to this. So I'm going to just cut up like so and cut away like so. Right. And that's just neatening off. So when I'm doing all the folds, it's just giving it a nice neat edge. But if I just tuck that underneath for a second, what you can then do is position it into place. And each one of these have got a difference. So this is a nice square one. There's a circular one. There's more like an oval type feature one as well. And I'm trying to think of the third one. Let me just see if I can get, I think there's...
You've got like a perfect square. And then you've got like a squoval, haven't you, around Thinking of You? A squoval.
Oh. I love that.
Like a square oval?
Yeah, I love that. Squoval. I think I'm going to have to use that one, Becky. But again, all I'm going to do is pop some low tack tape down. And if you're going to just use it as an happy birthday box, you would probably do this design 4 times or maybe 2 times and have 2 solid panel pieces. It's entirely up to you how you use this one. But what I'm just going to show you is how it die cuts through. And then I'll show you the stamping element. So again, we're going to pop that in. Again, it's all about the different shapes, the different styles and things like that, which for me is just, I mean, I love anything that does different things. Not going to lie, I'm a crafter at heart, and I want something to do more than one thing for me, and I want it to be able to create a variety of different styles of cards, boxes, shapes, all types of things. And that's exactly what all of the dies that we've got on this show today give you. They absolutely do. So whether or not you're going for everything on the show, whether or not there's something that's caught your eye, you can be guaranteed that you've got a whole variety of different ways that you can use them. So again, absolutely fabulous. Now, this is the magic that Sharon's designed. Stays connected in, and it gives you the sentiment that you want it to say. So you've got the sending blessings, you've got thank you, thinking of you, and the happy birthday one. So again, it's all about those sentiments, again, that she does so well, and they really are heartfelt. They really, really are heartfelt. And then you've got the stamps to create the balloons in the top part for this one and the presents in the other. So all you're going to do is you're going to bring back in your stamping platform and stamping mat like so. Put ours on there. Choose your ink pad to match your medium. And again, it's entirely up to you. Pencils. I had some fabulous pens on the not wake up call. Craft, chat and create. Did I get it right, Becky?
You did.
Yes. So absolutely, I had some amazing pens, markers and things like that on. So you could be colouring in with those. The flip markers would look amazing. Lots and lots of different colouring mediums. It's a personal choice, I think. It always comes down to that. It's a personal choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line both of these stamps up like so. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is to do those. I'm going to pop my balloons into position. There we go. I'm going to pop my present. Now, I've deliberately got my present going underneath where my flap is for my box. And I did that for a reason, Becky. I wanted to have it as though it looked like it were coming from the bottom of the box without having a gap. So it flows really nicely with the box. So again, I'm just going to pop my stamping platform down like so to pick up the stamps. They're positioned and into place. And then ink up with your chosen ink pad. Then that's a nice coverage. And then you're going to go down, back into position, line that up, press down and stamp. And there you go. Ta-da. Beautiful design, connecting sentiment still in there, and then the stamp that looks just absolutely marvellous. I'm not going to lie, absolutely looks beautiful. It really, really does. I'm just going to move those out of the way for a second. And then you're going to colour. Now, I've not only just have I coloured, and again, I'll speed that process up because, my God, where does the time go, Becky? Where does the time go when we're in this building? That's the coloured version. Again, pop of life. Let me move the plain one out of the way. I've just used my tri-blend pens for this to bring this colour in, and it literally makes that pop. What I'm also going to do, and I've just run the die through again with some gold cardstock. So this is our glitter, encapsulated glitter cardstock. Snippability. Snipped it out. I could use that for a sentiment on a birthday card. But what I've done is I've snipped it out because what I'm going to do is just line it over the top to bring out that word without having to do any colouring in. But if you did have your colouring mediums from this morning, if you've got the metallic paint markers and things like that, you could be colouring those in if you wanted to. But I just wanted to snip it out with a bit of glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to pop on now my dotty tape pen, but you could be using tacky glue for this as well. Did a little bit of a glue school this morning as well. It was tacky glue versus crammed all sorts in this morning, Becky. All sorts we did. That's what I love about the show in the morning, and it's that interaction as well that we're getting, which I absolutely love. It's a fabulous new show. You need to check us out if you're new to the shows today. We do have lots of shows throughout the day, kick-starting with the craft, chat and create. I'm getting there. I'm really impressed with myself. So that's the happy birthday part done. The only thing that I'm going to do now is add some acetate to the back of it to create my panel for my box. Now, I've used heavyweight acetate and I've deliberately brought it out because I wanted to show you our heavyweight acetate that we sell at Crafters Companion. Can you see it's got like a cloudy effect? Acetate shouldn't be cloudy, it should be crystal clear. Well, there's a reason for that cloudiness. It's got a carrier sheet over the top to protect the acetate. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm going to lift it off, I'm going to grab my poker tool underneath it, and you'll find it really easy. You look for the cloudiness on the acetate, to be fair. That's the side that's got the carrier sheet on. And all you're going to do is get your poker tool underneath, or some tweezers, whatever it is that works for you, and remove it. And then it removes the crystal clear, untouched acetate, no marks on it, no fingerprints on it. And there's a reason why we do that. So now you can see, literally, just about, the crystal clear and no longer cloudy because we've taken the carrier sheet off. So what that is going to do now is sit around the back like so. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to use my tape pen for this one. And I'm going to tape around my design like so.
Don't
And then
forget
I'm
we've
going
got
to add
front
that.
tape pens today if you want them, saving over 35%.
Yes, it's the new, is it Get It, Got It Good?
Correct.
The new deal, oh yeah, and they're back in stock. Oh my days, we've been waiting
missed
for them.
Oh,
Haven't we just?
Yeah.
We've really missed them. So there's your first panel, Becky. So all I'm going to do now is just repeat that with the other designs. I use the sending blessings and the butterflies and coloured the butterflies in. And again, all I've done with this one is exactly the same, where I have chopped out the sentiments using the glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to pop on my dotty tape pen. Again, tacky glue, especially if you're using the decanted. If you're lucky enough to have got a Xyron, I'm not sure if the Xyron's back in stock or how long it's been out of stock for, but I'm hoping we're getting them back in soon because I'm starting to run out of mine. And I need to get some more. I do. So I'm just going to pop that on. Even, do you know, the lovely detail of these beautiful sentiments that Sharon's done for us. There's little butterflies intertwined around the sending blessings. The happy birthday is, I think that happy birthday one is just, yeah, that one's nice and plain, that one. But they've all got like a little design to them. So the Thinking of You's got some little flowers around there as well. So I'm just going to line that up, Becky. So let me just pop that on. And then I'm going to do exactly the same around the back of that one.
Lovely. Kathy Myers is in saying, I've got these and I can't wait to play with them. Hey, well done. I'm glad you managed to grab them. Mary, talking about the screen before, said, I'm going to make Barbie screens for my granddaughters with this screen die. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cute. Barbie could have her own little boutique shop, shouldn't she, with these little screens? I love it.
That is a lovely idea.
Yeah, lovely.
That is fabulous. Some nice ideas, isn't there, on the show today? There's some lovely ideas. So that's number 2 of the panels done. So we're just going to repeat that again. This time I've got the thank you one. But again, you could choose. I mean, I've done OTT because I've used all 4 of Sharon's designs. But if you wanted it just to be a thank you box, you could perhaps do this twice and keep 2 of the panels totally blank to create a little bit more of an in-depth gift box if you wanted to. Perhaps you could put vellum at the back. I'm using acetate on the back of mine. Perhaps you could use some vellum and create something a little bit different. Or maybe a patterned cardstock, Becky. A patterned cardstock would look nice as well. So there's lots of ways that you can do to create your gift boxes. I'm just doing it with acetate so that you can see inside my box. But again, all I'm doing, I love this one because it's got that lovely circular shape to it. And it really is that beautiful design. And you just line up your florals inside and then cut colour those in with your chosen colouring material. And I'm going to bring in my thank you. So I'm going to pop my thank you onto there as well. All I've done is exactly the same. I've just repeated the process all the way around. Stamped, die cut, stamped, coloured, and then add in the extra little details. So the thank you is going to go onto there like so. But you can go as simple as you want or as elaborate as you want with these dies. And I just think they're absolutely beautiful. Lovely little love heart design, that one connecting the sentiments to that one. It's got a lovely love heart. So that's the third one. And then the last one is the thinking of you with the daffodils. So again, if you just wanted to make it a thinking of you box, maybe fill it up with lots of goodies for someone that you're just thinking of them. But each and every one, I think I've got a place. They've got that lovely sentiment, that heartfelt sentiment behind the back of each one. And each one I've got a different design as well. If you've noticed with those different shapes, that square, that, what did you call it again?
Squoval.
Love the squoval. This one's got a lovely stitch design around the outside. But just fabulous. They really are absolutely fabulous dies. Well thought out and designed by our lovely Sharon.
I like the idea of actually using like thread sewing in and out of the stitch design on that if you wanted to add a little bit of colour.
Absolutely.
Or if you are a seamstress yourself. Be nice with a little bit of a cross stitch in the background, for example, wouldn't it?
Nice idea, Becky. Nice idea. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same. Taking some glitter cardstock, and all I'm going to do is just pop that on. Oops, take your time, Debbie, take your time. And then pop that over the top. Again, I could have a little bit of a drop shadow if I wanted with the design that I'm doing here. I could drop shadow it, give it a little bit extra dimension, but I'm just going to line it up and place it over the top. This one's got that lovely floral design, matching those daffodils. And then what we're going to do, Becky, is we're going to connect all four of the boxes together. So with the panel that has the tab, the flap, we're going to pop some glue just onto there. Now, normally I would use red liner tape, but for speed, because I've still got another couple of demos I want to try and cram it. In fact, I've got another 3. Oh my days, look at the time. Perhaps it might not happen, that one. No, we'll see. We'll see how far we get. But all I'm going to do is line up on the flap to the straight edge. I'm just going to pop that round. And that's exactly how you connect all four of these. So again, I'll just repeat that with the tab.
And this is your tape pen that we're using here. The Get It Got It Good, which is currently on screen, you're going to get 12 of them. If someone's not seen that before, the tape pens are epic, aren't they?
Oh, they are so strong. This is super double-sided, strong adhesive with 22, if I get that right.
Metres on each.
22 metres on each tape pen. All you need to remember when you're using them is, and I'll show you in a moment, Becky, just for a second, if you've never used one before, when you are running it onto cardstock, when you're popping it down, before you get to the very end, don't just lift it off, give it a little tiny little flicking motion and it breaks the adhesive off. And it means then you can carry on when you're going back in, break it off. It's just that little flick action that makes the difference when it comes to connecting the glue together, so to speak. So lastly, to bring that together, I'm just going to pop it on. You can see I've got all four pieces going along side by side, and I'm just going to pop on my last piece, just like so. Let's pop a little bit of glue just onto there, give it that little bit of a flick. And then to make it easier on myself, Becky, I'm going to lay that down flat, and then I'm just going to connect the two together. And before I actually commit, I'm just going to make sure it's nice and flush. And there you go, that connects your box together. So I've got all the four sides there. And then it's just a case of popping your bottom on. Oh, wait a minute, that's the right word round, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I'm going to literally take the measurements, and the measurements for this box when it's actually done is just under 6 inches. So depending on your base, and I'm going to, could have a nice big bottom bit if you wanted to, but I'm just going to measure it to make sure that it fits onto there perfectly. I think I've gone a little bit big with this one, Becky, so I might need to chop it down into size. Hang on 2 minutes while I find me. That's why, Debbie, because that's your base that you were doing for your side, you being dafty. What am I like? So again, I'll give you the measurement of the bottom part, and the proper measurement for there is, it's 5 3/4 inch square, and that means that sits onto there perfectly, like so. And again, I'm just going to use the tape pen going all the way around. Now you could put the tape onto the 4 flaps underneath, like so. And again, just give it that little flick, and it really is as easy as that, Becky, in how you put that together. Pop it down, attach, and then I'm going to use a bit of wet glue as well to strengthen it a little bit more, but I'm just going to pop those pieces down. I'm going to get some wet glue, and I am going to strengthen it on the inside with another piece as well. So I'm going to pop glue all the way around here, like so. So I'm not worried if it's gone over a little bit.
Yeah, nice and secure.
Nice and secure, nice firm bottom piece as well, to give your box base something sturdy. It depends on the gift, I suppose, on what you're popping in there. If you're having it as a light-up box, then you don't really have to go to town with the strengthening of it, but it makes a difference when you do.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just adhering that on. I'm giving it a little bit of a rub between my fingers, just to give that heat, and it helps set the glue to it. But again, inside now, I'm just going to pop my inside panel, and I've just measured that slightly shy, and I'm going to pop that inside. So I've gone a little bit smaller for the inside base, just to make it a nice, neat finish inside. Let's get that going. There we go.
Lovely.
And then I'm going to finish it off with a little lid. So the lid measurements, and if I just, let me just move that to one side, Becky. The lid measurements are 7 by 7, and I've done it again, 1/2 inch all the way around, and I'm just going to stick my lid together using my glue again. Now, before I actually pop this together, I'm going to bring in some of that fabulous glitter cardstock that I've been using for the sentiments part. And with the stamps that are in the set, I've just literally given it a little bit of embellishment there. But you could be using any of those, to be fair. You know, I think, again, it's just a choice. You could actually put one of the sentiments onto the top if you wanted to. Oh, yeah. But again, I'm just going to measure that onto the centre. I'm just going to switch my glue because I've got a coated glue, so I'm going to switch up to my tacky glue for this part, and I'm going to pop when it comes out, Debbie, when it comes out. So let's just pop my glue onto there.
Kathy's just messaged in saying, I'm so glad to see the extra strong tape pens are back in stock.
Oh,
I've ordered
blessing.
4 bundles because I'm totally out and can't make cards. It is truly one of those bits of kit that if you haven't got it, you're going to find it tricky.
Yeah.
On occasion, it really is. So well done, Kathy, on stocking up.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I need to get as well, Becky, because I am literally out of them. And I don't like running out my tape pens, I'm not going to lie.
No.
And there you go. There is your beautiful box. I've got to letting it dry, but you've got your beautiful box using those sides. And can you see what I mean about the presents coming from the bottom? Yeah. I quite like that idea, which is why I've tucked them underneath there. But again, from your box lids to your box all the way around, you've got a beautiful gift box using all the sentiments. Of course, you wouldn't be using all of them if you were doing it all, but it's just to show you how fabulous all of those work. And just another way that you can use the lovely Sharon Callis Heartfelt Greetings dies and stamp set, because they're absolutely beautiful. I love them.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Wasn't that a great make? We've got more treats, more demos coming up for you as well. Now, we are going to head to a little break to give you time to check out your basket. And if you're just hovering on that edge where just by spending a few extra more dollars or pounds you could get free shipping, have a little nosy at these quick buys to see what you could treat yourself to.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Quick Buy. Get yours now.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome back to Crafters TV and well done for checking out your baskets. If you've just tuned in, where have you been? Don't worry, we've got more demos coming up for you and we've got Vote for Demo of the Show. We are bringing to you now our tri-fold aperture collection, and this collection most certainly has caused a stir recently. We have got for you we have made for you a collection with wonderful characters, lovely layers that can work well on cards, but also the likes of screen designs, box designs, and so much more. Now, you've got a lot in here, okay? Lots of different creatures and animals to choose from. We are going to be giving to you 25 sheets of card with this, but you're also going to get 68 other elements, including dies. Now, in here, you've got your birthday bunny, you've got the You Mean So Much, you've got You Have My Heart, You've Been On My Mind, Peeking In to Say Hello, and Best Buddy. Now, all of these in together, you're normally looking £70. Today, nowhere near that. You're looking at £50.99 or $66.99. Maybe you're looking at these and you're thinking, Bex, there's only really 2 of them talking to me. I love a butterfly and I love a Dalmatian. If that is the case, I have got an offer on for you. You can get 2 of them for £18 or $24 today. So, you don't get the card, obviously, within that offer, but if you do want to treat yourself, then you absolutely can, because these have got lovely characters and, of course, workability and usability with them. We're also going to have a demonstration, but if you would like a little sneak peek at some of the things you can make, over to you, Debbie.
Absolutely, because the trifold, and do you know what as well, that cardstock, can I just tell you, the 6x12 cardstock is perfect for these. I'm kind of going to do it a little bit different though, because this is a masterclass after all, so we're going to show you different ways that you can use it. Because if you did catch Craig this morning, I'm not sniggering really. I'm not. It was just hilarious. But if you did catch Craig this morning, he showed you how to use it in the way that we're intended, the way that it was designed. So again, take a look. Absolutely beautiful, where you've got this lovely aperture. And this is absolutely incredible, super cute, cutest characters that you're going to be able to use again outside of the trifold aperture, but lots of different ways that you can use it. Again, that standard way, it's that peekaboo element kind of effect, but it's the dies and the stamps that position it into its place. But it does mean that you can use a whole heap of different card styles as well. So not just the apertures, not just that cardstock that gives you the 6x12 element and that lovely trifold, but what about creating a bit of an aperture where you've got that tunnel effect? It just looks absolutely beautiful. They really do. They're so well designed, these. And again, you can go really big if you want to go big, or maybe just have it a slightly different way from the trifold, is have it as the background and just lift it up with some foam pads to create that dimension. One of my favourites, I love this one because it's slightly different, but how fabulous does it look when you add layer upon layer? I think it's that way around, Debbie. Yeah. Where absolutely it looks beautiful and creates something that little bit different. It's a very clever one, that one that Lisa did. But again, it's just showing you the capability of these dies and stamps, taking it outside of that trifold aperture. I am going to use the trifold kind of feel to it, but I'm doing it slightly different because I'm going to go on a bit of a staggered one. So I've got some A4 cardstock, Becky, and what I'm doing is I'm going to put some score lines into place first. So to get me trifold, you could use your Ultimate Pro, because on your Ultimate Pro you've got your trifold part. Yes. In fact, have we got an Ultimate Pro? Let's just see if I can find one. Give me a second, Becky, give me a second.
Yeah, no problem.
While I just have a little peek.
Oh. Hello, there's quite a few of you in with us. Hi, Mary Pat, saying that you treated yourself to the last product and saying, oh, I'm even more excited to receive this collection after the demos. Deborah's saying the same, loved your last demo. Thank you for the tutorial, Debbie, she says.
Thank you very much, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. That's what we're here to do. We're here to get you creating and get, you know, show you how you can use things slightly differently to the way that they're intended as well. Bet, I've got my Ultimate. Found it. So on your Ultimates, I've always talked about the Ultimate having the ability to create different card blanks, and on here there is a trifold A4, which means it's going to make life so much easier than using your scoreboard. So I'm going to go on the trifold A4. I've got it up to the handle. I always remember, depending on whether you're left or right-handed, as long as you've got your cardstock buttered up to the angle of your handle, you won't go far wrong. So that's the first one, which is the trifold A4. I'm just going to spin that round, Becky, and the same mark again. So I'm going to go on, and that creates, using the Ultimate, the trifold aspect. So again, all I'm going to do is pop the folds in. I'm going to burnish. Wrong side, Debbie. There we go. And then pop that in as well, like so. And that creates my trifold very easily, very quickly, but I want to pop it on an angle. So I'm going to bring in my ruler. I've already marked it off into places, but I'm just going to bring in a ruler. And I'm going to go from, and again, I suppose it depends on the size that you want to go for, but I want it to have this effect where it creates a concertina. So I'm just going to go up. Now, if you want the proper measurements on how far I've gone up, I have gone up precisely 3 1/4 inches up, and I've come down 1/4 inch at the top there. And it's just to give me a nice angle and a nice shape. So I'm going to line that up, line my 2 lines up. I'm going to use my pencil mark, and then I'm going to use my guillotine. Now, if you've only got, whoops, there we go, a smaller guillotine, you can actually cheat a little bit, or you could use scissors, or, do you know what else you could use? Go on. I keep forgetting about this. I always forget.
Your craft. Hey.
Craft knife. Yay. If you haven't got a guillotine, you've got a craft knife and a craft ruler. I suppose it depends on, really, your budget. And craft tools are craft tools regardless of what. So I'm going to go in and use the
craft knife.
And it's got a metal strip to this ruler, Becky, so that when you're using your craft knife, now I have to go down a couple of times because I've got a bit of a dexterity problem, but it just means that There we go, like so. It means the metal part of it on the edge of the ruler works with your craft knife perfectly. So even if you haven't got a metal ruler, you've got this ruler, and you'll find it on the website where it's got the metal edge that works perfectly with your craft knife. And I've used the straight edge one rather than the angled one. There's two different types of craft knives. This is the straight bigger blade, and it means that, I mean, you can see straight away that I've created that beautiful aperture beautifully, and that now is going to work alongside. Now don't worry about the pencil marks, because guess what we can do with pencil marks? We can erase them out, Becky. Use your erasers, get rid of those lines, and nobody is none the wiser.
No.
And it makes it look like you've created this fabulous card, but again, it just shows you how easy it is with the right tools, things like your craft knives and your rulers, things like your Ultimate Pro, tools of the trade that make crafting enjoyable and easy, and a lot more achievable as well. So all I'm going to do now, Becky, is I'm going to speed this process up a little bit, because I've just seen the time again. Goodness me, where does the time go?
Flying.
Oh, dearie me, it absolutely does. Now, the window of aperture-ness fits the stamps. They've been designed to fit the stamps. I don't know if you've noticed my little plant pot. If I just bring that in for a second. My little plant pot sits there, and I've got the die that works perfectly over there. Now, first things first, I'm going to start with the top layer. This would apply, like if you saw Craig's today, it's exactly the same way. I'm going to go in with the first aperture, like so. And I'm going to run that through my machine, and I will just grab my larger plates, because I'm going to speed this up as fast as I can go with the time that we've got left. Oh, it always happens to me. I always run out of time. Don't know how it happens, Becky, I really don't. I think when you're having a lot of fun, it's easy for time to just literally, it like melts in this room, disappears.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Literally disappears before your very eyes. But not to worry, I think I've covered quite a few things for you
yeah,
today.
definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't matter. It's not about, what is it? Not about quantity, it's about quality. That's the one.
That's right, yeah. Quality, not quantity. But you've still done, what, 3, 4?
4,
Done
and
great.
4 very different as well. Very
Agreed.
different designs. Absolutely. Now, that one has created my first aperture. Now, the second one I'm going to go with is on the inside panel of my concertina card. So what I'm going to do is, and again, they've been designed to work perfectly and line up perfectly as well. So behind the plant pot, I'm going to sit my little pussycat. So I'm going to use the first die cut element to position up and line up my second die. So I'm just going to lift up the window. I'm going to again just apply some low tack tape. Let me see if I can pinch it off there, and rather than getting some more out, Debbie. But it's just one of those things, Becky. It just makes life a bit easier for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to spread it out again, because I don't want it to cut through both. So I'm just doing the second piece again. Run that through your machine. Now these, depending on your card, will fit through your smaller machines as well. It is only a small die, but it creates just such a different opportunity to create that aperture, create that trifold aperture. So I'm going to just push that through, and then we're going to do some, well, we're going to speed up the stamping bit and the colouring bit again, just so we can get the rest of this demo completed.
Perfect.
But yeah, they're just absolutely fab. They really, really are. And again, a lot of fun and a lot of different ways that you can use them, which makes your crafting, you know, every one of these cards can be used in such a different way. It means that you've got a lot of scope with them again, and that's what I love. Whenever I'm looking at anything, it's a different scope. Now, when I fold that back in on itself, can you see now it's created that lovely aperture effect? So what we're just going to do now, Becky, is just decorate that card, and all I'm doing is on each part is I've just measured using some texture card and some pattern card, and I'm just measuring to fit the concertina part. So take your measurements and work it out, and again, it'll be depending on the size that you've done for your concertina part to fit these. So what I'm just going to do is use some wet glue as such, and I'm trying to think of the paper pad, and I think this is me, I'm sure it's me garden party. I want to say garden party, this one.
Possibly.
I know, every time, and I sometimes write it down, sometimes I forget, but all I'm going to do is just the decoration part. And the stamps, you've got the stamps separately. Not only have you got the stamps, you've got the dies to create, and I'm going to make sure I don't have a little Craig incident because you've got all stamps that you can stamp directly into if you want to, or you can, again, whenever I'm doing this, to line up, I'll give you a little top tip when you're using this. Cut your solid piece out. Imagine that's not got the aperture cut into there. Pop a little bit of dotted tape pen just in one corner and attach it together, and then attach it onto the top of your card, and then place your die. So if you want to make sure that that creates that perfect aperture through with your pattern paper, run that through, and then you'll be able to take off those pieces. And if it hasn't cut through all 3 pieces, it means that you can line it back up and go back in. I've done that before to explain how you can create that layer, but again, you could directly stamp onto this and keep this plain maybe, if it's entirely up to you how you create that, but I'm going to add the layers in. So again, because that's the front part, I want it to sit on the front, so I'm going to use my wet glue again, gives me the wiggle time. You've got the stamps to create the stamping, do your colouring, and then do the no fussy cutting because you've got the dies to cut out that stamped image. And again, I'm just going to go in with my wet glue, like so, and position that into place. And then I'm going to pop it on the inside this bit, because if you think about the concertina, it wouldn't necessarily go this side, it will go on the inside. So again, exactly the same way where I've lined that up to create the perfect match. And again, you can see the outline of the cat. You could go straight in directly with the cat if you wanted to, and stick him in there and just colour that in if you wanted. I wanted to add those extra bits, so I've done mine separate, Becky. But again, let's just pop the first layer, like so. The second layer, and I'm pretty sure this is my garden party. I've got that many paper pads that sit outside of me at home, but I'm pretty sure this is the garden party one. So now that's created the panels, that lovely decoration, and then the stamps. So I have cut my little cat and coloured him in, because he's going to sit like so on the inside. Tape pen, we'll go with the tape pen. You could use foam pads and lift it slightly if you wanted to, give it a little bit of extra dimension. But I'm just going to sit that perfectly in like so. I'm going to place what plant would you call that, Becky?
Rubber plant now.
A rubber plant, thank you. Do they call it a cheese plant? Am I thinking of something different?
Maybe.
A yucca plant?
I don't know, isn't yucca more like...
Becky, what was that?
They got like...
Do that again, Becky, do that again. What was that description you just gave me?
I think you'll find it was the perfect example of a yucca plant. Kind of more tenderly, maybe. Yeah. It's a what? Oh, we've worked out what it is, apparently. Go on. A monstera. Are you just making me pronounce monster wrong?
I know, I was just thinking, I'm trusting Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte knows. A fancy name for a cheese plant.
So I was right then. So it is a cheese plant, I was right.
Delicious.
Good old cheese plant.
Why is it called a cheese plant?
No idea.
Right.
No idea. Look at him hiding behind. Can you see it hiding behind the little plant?
Mischief.
So I've got my first part that sticks over. I've got my little peekaboo element there with me cheese plant and my little pussycat. I've popped just peeking in to say hello, because you've got that lovely peeking element. And then just on the inside, I've used the paw prints just to create some little paw prints. Look how cute that is. Super, super cute. Do you have little cats?
I do. I have a cat, a dog and a tortoise.
Oh! Love it,
yeah.
Love it.
It's nice to have a collection.
Absolutely. A bit like Noah's Ark there, Becky.
Oh, aye. Yeah, it is.
But again, all I'm just going to do is add that into the background. It gives it a little bit more interest. I'm just going to line that up alongside there, like so. Aww. And there you go, Becky.
Cute.
A little concertina trifold, where you've got him peeking behind the little plant, opening him up.
Adorable.
Of course, you've got it that way this time, and then you've got all the elements to create that lovely dimension. So it's using it in a slightly different way to how you would normally use it, but equally just as nice and just something a little bit different.
Super duper cute, and that is our Make For Now. We are going to be doing a vote for demo of the show. Now, if you've never seen this before because you're new to this show, let me tell you what happens. Lovely Debbie's just getting together her makes from this show, and then you have the chance to get on social media and vote for your favourites. So remind us what we've made today.
Right, so please excuse the mess around me, I will clear up in a moment. We'll start with where we started, back with the pop-out scenes. Love these. So this is number 1 with the birthday bubbles and that lovely feature with the gorgeous lady enjoying her bubbles in the Santa part of the card, just to show you how you can create using that one. So that's number 1. Number 2, the ornate panels. Just love these. That's number 2 with the bride and groom, like so. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the Sharon Callis gift box, using, again, a little bit OTT, but just to show you, I wanted to show all designs off is what I wanted to do. So that's number 3. And then number 4, the trifold concertina card, like so. And that's number 4.
Great stuff. So head on over to our socials so that you can get voting on 1, 2, 3 or 4, and we'll announce the winner of that before the end of the show. Let me remind you that we have had some real good treats on the show today and some absolute bargains. Lower in stock than we have been before currently is our boxes that are normally £25, but today they are £15. So if you do fancy those, don't forget they're available. Let me remind you too that we've got the pop-out characters as well. Now the pop-out characters that, oh no, sorry, I put the wrong ones to my side. Here we go. The pop-out character elements that we've got for you, there's absolutely oodles and oodles and oodles within these ones. You are getting so many different elements in here, 210 in total. And these create cards like this that you can decorate and make your own. If I flip it over, you'll see a bit of a closer-up design of the type of pop-out card that you're getting. And I thought this time I'd give you a little show of some of your papers, because you are getting loads and loads of papers within here. Look at that one, absolutely beautiful. Touch of the Cath Kidston about that. Oh, I like that. It's got a touch of the pantalon from it. And by that, I don't mean like underwear, I mean like from Comedian Dell'Arte. Cherry blossom designs here, textured designs. You've got some wonderful colours, cards and paper as well, so that you can create this and so many, many more, including the 2 die characters and the stamps as well. £15 only for you today. So if you have been thinking about it, then do grab it. Let me bring you your second craft kit, which is your pop-out scene creator. So these ones you can use flat if you want, or you can use them as they were intended, which is by creating a surprise pop-out in the centre. You've also got lovely elements in here that you can kind of put onto string and make them kinetic cards so they spin and move. In here you get absolutely loads. You're getting the dies, you're getting stamps, card blanks, envelopes, you're getting ribbons, you're getting coloured card, printed papers and pearls, and don't forget all of those colours fit in beautifully together. If you're a platinum member, it's just £12 or $12 today. So if you do fancy these ones, do feel free to treat yourself. Let me remind you as well, we've had another special treat on today, and this outside the box is our most popular deal of the day. It is our ornate designs that we've been bringing to you, these lovely ornate screens. We had some great ideas with these, not just from Debbie and our wonderful project team, but from you at home as well, which is always lovely. What you have here is the opportunity to create very elegant, very eye-catching 3D screens, and it's all done there for you. It cuts out, it scores it, and you get the different elements to add, including the likes of little florals and your hummingbird, lots of different sentiments, including but not limited to smile and you are so special. I've also got the wedding party, the happily ever after, in here as well. So you've got dove in there, lucky horseshoe, amongst other elements. Then I'm bringing to you your butterflies, and these ones have got lovely sentiments, including the likes of hope you feel better soon, and hello on there too. And then finally for this one, I've got your treasured memories. Really wonderful, this design. I myself live in Chester, which is a city, so of course has a cathedral, and it very much reminds me of those sort of grandioso designs of the beautiful stained glass windows. You could use this, of course, for christenings. Easter cards would be really nice, as well as weddings, of course. And in here, you're getting lots of sentiments, including with sympathy. And God bless you as well in here. All massive amount within there. Today, big saving of nearly £35 or over $40 if you'd like to treat yourself. We've already had a winner in. Oh yeah, we've had a winner in. Get ready. Winner is...
Hang on a minute.
Have you got a guess? What do you think it is?
I'm trying to just refresh my memory. Do you know what? I am really not sure.
No?
This is the first time that I actually don't think I can guess.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, absolutely. I've no idea, Becky.
It is number 3. Which was your box design?
In my head then I'm thinking, which is number 3? There you go, number 3 being the gift box.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much for today. When are you back with us, Debbie?
I am back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for another round of Craft, Chat and Create.
Perfect.
Can't wait with the gorgeous Ben.
Thank you so much, Debbie, for today. Now, you've got a little bit of time off. Go and grab yourself some food, maybe a nice glass of wine if you want, depending on where you are in the world and what time it is. Now, myself, I've got my first show with Andrew in 2 hours from now. It is our Monday Makers, so it's 7 p.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern. We have got so much to come on that, including some wonderful boxes and 3D design. So don't ye go anywhere. We'll be back with you in 2 hours.